The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is up next on the new 1017 The Truth.
Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together. They're all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
This is The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. Now, I'm asking the mayor and the common council president and the common council. Show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio in Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. I got a lot of stuff to read, a lot of stuff to do, a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of places to go. It's raining outside. Was it snowing yet? It's raining. It's all nasty and wet. So the only thing you can do is to be here to listen to the little me. 833-212-1017 is the number, and I can't talk about it unless I bring up the talk and text line, and then I can see what it is you're talking about. So, all right. Let me see what they're talking about. Did Tory leave? Okay. He must have been talking about the same stuff with all the money the city get, but stuff don't work. I don't really understand that, but I digress. All right, my Thursday thought for the day. Of course, there's another question. Last time I got myself in some pretty good trouble after I got off the air, and then people started complaining. You didn't do this, you didn't do that, you didn't allow this, you didn't allow that. So I thought I would come in and I would simply ask the question. Now, Benjamin and Alex cannot answer this question because they're not old enough. Of course, I'm saying that teasing. So, you know. So, my question is, would you rather be sexy or would you rather be rich? I'm just saying. Which one would you choose? 833-212-1017 is the number. So, let's divide it out. So, sexy people love you. They look at you. They drool. Oh, my God. He's so handsome. She's so beautiful, right? You get the second look. You get all the cues that people do when they find someone attractive, right? And we pretend like it, right? I've seen people in my family do it, spouse, I do it, everybody. I've watched other people's spouses do it. I've watched other people do it. I've watched all sorts of little subtle things that show that don't really mean anything, though, that you find somebody attractive. And I don't mean the staring at them, the double take, the double look. Oh, he's so fine. She's so beautiful. Not that. It's the within a certain amount of time when the person walks past and then you turn back and look. the straightening of your clothes, because as soon as you see someone attractive, you feel immediately self-conscious. Things that you can't control. Right? But then you have to choose. Who's this on my phone? Then you have to choose. People chase you too, right? When you're sexy. Hey, how you doing? Strike up conversations. Can I buy you something? Want a cup of coffee? Want a drink? Want some food? All that, right? So we have to come up with a way to figure out whether or not the choice between sexy and rich, whether or not sexy is the place. But then again, you got to look at rich, right? Well, first, let's define what's rich. Is $1 million rich? No. $1 million is not rich. The difference between graduating from high school and graduating from college, even with a 2-year degree or 4-year degree, I think it's mostly 4, the difference in income is about $1 million that you would make over your lifetime by simply graduating from college. You could just tack on $1 million, right? You divide that out, it's not a whole heck of a lot of money every month. I mean, we think it is when we don't have it, and then we have it and we still spend 90%, and we're still in the same boat. So does it matter if you have a credit card for $10,000 and you spend $9,000 of it? Or if it's $100,000 and you spend $90,000 of it? Well, it doesn't matter. 90% is 90%. And so we forget that rich means you have to have access to cash, the use of cash. And rich for me is not your net worth. Well, technically, I guess it would be your net worth. The amount of money that's left over after you pay everything. If you had to liquidate today, how much money would you have? And pay off all your bills, how much money would you have? That's net worth. That is rich. But then again, number one, people love rich people. So it's the same as being sexy. The difference is when you're sexy, people chase you. And when you're rich, people need you. Can you help me out? I got this bill. Hey, man, my car broke down. Can you help a brother out? And that's not even family. But then there are negatives to both. People bothering you. I mentioned it to someone and they said, well, you know, some people can just be, you know, ugly because you get plastic surgery. I said, you know, there are some people that you can't make pretty. And some of the plastic surgeries that I've seen recently, people are ugly. Why you would put Botox in your lips to make them fuller is bizarre to me. Like, what is that? If you kiss somebody, what, will their lips explode? Will they leak? Like, I don't, like what? Anyway, and I know somebody's going to say somebody who's listening had Botox treatments and they feel offended. Okay, so then, what's the negative? What's the negative to being sexy? People not taking you seriously? I knew of a woman, I don't even know if she's still alive. I knew of a woman in high school that was so attractive, nobody talked to her. She didn't have a date for graduation night, and she didn't have a date for prom because everybody assumed she had a boyfriend because everybody looked at her and went, well, she's out of my league. Meanwhile, she was lonely, and she ended up not going to prom because of that. And I thought that was interesting, that sometimes you can be so attractive that you repel people. I guess ugly does the same thing though, right? But when you, and let me rephrase this, because sexy does not mean physically attractive. You can be sexy and still not be physically attractive by white female, thin, short, blonde, blue eyes, what we make American beauty to be. Sexy is a whole different thing. Sexy is physical. The way you move, the way you talk, the way you walk, those types of things. But rich, you can be ugly as a cuss and still people treat you with dignity and respect and all sorts of things. So what it comes down to, the question is, for me, whether I would want to be sexy or rich. What about you? 833-212-1017 is the number. I'm removing all the rules I had the last time I had a question because y'all beat me up. How come you can't have a third? Okay, go ahead. Would you rather be sexy? Or would you rather be rich? 833-212-1017 is the number. I already got 7 talking text line comments, so I need to just go on and jump in. But you know what? I'll just tell you mine right now, but I want to hear what yours is. And then I got a twist to it because does that mean that if whatever we choose today, everybody in the world got to choose it? Otherwise, I'm a cheat. Do I want to be sexy? Yes. Do I want to be rich? Yes. What's my answer? Both.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 1017 The Truth.
Okay, Vince, your task is to jump into Lake Michigan in the middle of March in Wisconsin. What do you say?
There's only one reason